Now I want to tell you, here's the deal. When you call them on the phone, and I am also not above, if they've got like a 7, 8, 9, 10 on there, I'm really more specific. Can I give you a buzz tomorrow morning? What time of the day this Saturday is good for you? You know, that sort of thing. I will try to get an appointment. If they're at a 1 or a 2, I'm just trying to get them to take the info, and I'm going to follow up with them. Because I want to tell you what's happened with a 1 or 2 before. I've called them, they accidentally answered the phone, and I'm having a conversation with them. Okay? And you just really never know where that's going to lead. Again, this is not as much about results as it is about activity. The activity will lead you to the results. And if you will set a goal to send home 3 info packets at every show, you will start seeing results. But it's like Fit Club. That first 3 packets might be burned. The second 3 packets might get burned. You might need 12, 15 packets in before you find someone. But it's okay. It's okay. You call them on the phone and you go, hey Tammy, it's Gayla. I met you at Sarah's show the other night. How's it going? It was so nice to meet you. What are you doing this weekend with the kids? I remember seeing you saying you guys were in soccer. What do you have going on? I'm not going to keep you but a second. And really what I'm fixing to give her is the Reader's Digest version of the marketing plan. And she doesn't even know it's coming at her. And I would say to her, Tammy, let me just tell you really quick, because I know you're a busy girl. But I think you would be great at this business. I'd love for you to look into it. Here's kind of how it works. We make a 50% profit on everything we sell. That show that I met you at Sarah's, we had a $600 show that night. I grossed $300 in 4 hours. What is she going to say? Wow. The second thing that I want you to know about this business is you get paid at the point of sale. So I actually made the money that night at Sarah's. Which what I am finding, and I don't know if you're in this situation or not, but what I am finding is huge for people nowadays because cash flow is so important. It is so important that when you go to work, you make the money that night. And then the third thing I want you to know, Tammy, is that this is not a direct sales business where you have to get a bunch of inventory. In fact, we don't inventory our jewelry at all. Instead, what we do is we purchase tax-deductible samples. And I'm saying all this, and she's listening, and it's a 2-minute conversation, and then the last thing I say is, I think you would love selling jewelry. I think you'd love it because you're out and about with your family, you're never going to feel pushy, just wear the jewelry and people will ask you about it. What do you think? What questions do you have for me? And she may say, usually this is what they say, what's it cost? What's it cost to get started? And I always say, you know what, if you're that interested and you think this might be for you, I'd like to meet with you and show you the different options. And then and a lot of times she'll say, okay, all right, that sounds good. And I'll say to her, Tammy, how much money a month would be an asset to your family? Like, would $500 help, $1,500? You know, realistically, what would help you, like if you started this month and started making that? I kind of want a number, because if she tells me 10,000, I probably need to talk to her more about it. So, you know, but usually they don't say that. They say, gosh, Gayla, if I could make if I could make $700 a month, and I'm thinking to myself, oh my gosh, you guys, this is what kills me right here. When someone tells you that, does your heart not just melt? When someone says to you that $500 a month could save their home, and here we are at these jewelry shows, and we're so worried about the time, and it's all about, I've talked too long, and I better not share this business with anyone because they're all filling up their drinks and going to the bathroom, and there's one lady over here that if you would just tell her that's what she needs is $700, that just kills me. That's the reason I still do what I do today. Because you have the opportunity. I'm so far off track, I don't even know where I am. But I just want you to know that's the number. Susie Orman said it on her show. It's $600 a month is the key number that would bridge the gap for all of these families, and we are afraid to hear the word no. Whatever. You know, we got to move past that. I got to move past that. It's okay if it's not for them, but man, I got to tell the people who it is for. I mean, I feel like it's my obligation at this point. And that's really how I look at it. Because you're going to have the hoity-toities. I have the housewife-looking women, you know, that are beautiful and they have all the money in the world. And I get to the end of the show and I'm so intimidated to even talk about $500 a month. And why am I worried about them when I got sister over here, you know, who she's trying to figure out what she's going to do. And I'm just telling you, that's where we got to go. And I'm so far off track here, it's not even funny. But check out. Let's just bring it back in. Is where it all happens. Quit stressing about the jewelry combinations. It's not that important. Get to know the ladies at the show. They're going to tell you what they need if you will just listen to them. Quit worrying about the perfect booking activity. Because when you connected with them and talked about, yeah, we went to Disney, and oh, yeah, you've got a son that does this, and oh, my husband does that, and you connected with them, they're going to want you to come over. Do you understand what I'm getting at? Don't worry about that kind of stuff. I'm going to close with this. Back in January, that same son, oh, I love that kid. I'm just telling you, man, I love that kid. Don't you always love the troublemaker? Prodigal son. I love that kid. But he got himself in a little bit of trouble. And it was a rough start to the year for the Younger family. But I want to tell you something. Before he went back to college, I sat down with him and I said to him, I'm going to say this to you tonight as I close. Sam, Luann, Shelby, Maggie, what do you want your life to look like? I want you to think about that. I want you to think, when you think what you want your life to look like 5 years from now. And I said to Sam, I said, babe, what kind of home would you like to have someday? What kind of wife would you like to be married to? What kind of job would you like to have secured? What kind of home environment do you want to nurture? What do you want that to look like? And then every choice and decision that you make from now on needs to lead you to that picture. Because if it's not leading you to that picture, it's leading you where? Away from that. Does that make sense? So you know what? Premier's not just about business. It's about your life. What do you want your life to look like? You know, those of you tonight with little kids, I know you want to send them to college someday. You know, it's been a dream of mine to be able to send my kid to college. Because, see, I didn't have that. You know how it always is. You want more for your kid, right, than you had. And I had put myself through school a couple times. And so, man, my dream was to be able to put Sam in college and him not graduate with a lot of debt. And that's part of what I want my life to look like. So that's what would get me up in the morning. That's what would make me put on the clothes and go do the jewelry shows. Because I had a picture of what I wanted my life to look like. And I want you to have an idea of what you want your life to look like. What do you want your business to look like? And I want us as a group to revisit that picture over and over and often so that the choices that we're making are moving us in that direction. And I want to tell you something. Everyone in this room has a gift, something to offer someone else. This is not about having the biggest downline. It is not about that. And I can't drive that point home fast enough. It's about having the biggest heart for people. And I just want to thank you for having me, Shauna.